There are a couple of questions that I'm going to answer in this Game Week 31 team selection video. Do we sell Rashford? Do we sell Shaw? And who do we replace them with if we are? And if we're going to bring in players, do we actually have to sell one of those players? Or could we sell a player that's fit to play but has bad fixtures, hoping that Rashford and Shaw are back for double Game Week 34? I will be forced into using a free transfer this game week. That's because I'm free hitting in Game Week 32 and I can't carry over that free transfer into Game Week 33. Therefore, there's a bit of advice for you. If you're free hitting in Game Week 32, make sure you use your free transfer this game week. Building from the back, at the moment I'm starting Steele over Kepa. He faces Chelsea away, whilst in the same fixture Kepa faces Brighton at home. In my opinion, there's barely anything between them. I was actually going to start Kepa in the first place because he's got the home advantage, but I had a look and Brighton have got slightly higher clean sheet odds. Another reason why I picked Steele is that the Chelsea front line have been poor at finishing for a while now. They've been underperforming their XG, so I think they're less likely to score. In defence, I've actually got a Chelsea defender. It's Ben Chilwell, and like we just mentioned, he faces Brighton at home. He received a red card in the Champions League midweek. At first I thought this would be a good thing because he will get some rest, but it also might be a bad thing because it might mean that Cucurella plays in the Premier League, so he gets minutes to prepare for the Champions League. This is being recorded prior to Lampard's press conference. We'll see what he says in that one, but for now I will start him and I will keep him. I've got a Newcastle defensive double up of Trippier and Botman. They face Villa away. Trippier needs no explanation, but Botman does. This is before the press conferences, so what I've done with this team is I set up the team that's most likely to play. On the bench, I've got Henry against Wolves away, and then last I've got Shaw against Forest away. If Shaw's cleared fit in the press conference, he'll come straight into the first team. If not, I've got Henry there on the bench as well. He'll step in for Chilwell if I need him. At this moment in time, it doesn't look like I'll be selling Shaw. If he was to be ruled out for a while, I'd be bringing in Trent. Moving on to midfield, I've got the United duo with Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford against Forest away. Bruno's obviously starting because he's fine. As for Rashford, he's been ruled out for a few games. The term "a few" is usually referred to as 3, or you could refer to it as 2 or more. Either way, it's the opposite of many, and there's 5 fixtures until double game week 34 for United, so based on that information, he should be back. If he is fit to play in double game week 34, then you're going to want him in your team. You don't want to spend a free transfer on selling him and then a free transfer on bringing him back in. Right now, with the information that we've got, I think you should keep him. If I was to sell him, I would bring in Grealish for just 7.1 mil. He doesn't play in blank game week 32, but like I mentioned early on in the video, I'm free hitting that game week anyway. As for Bruno, he's been playing in a deeper role recently. Hopefully he will move up the pitch now Casemiro's back. They've also got Eriksen due back in the team soon as well. Next up in midfield is Maddison with an extremely difficult fixture against City away. He's the player that I'm most likely to sell this game week. Not only does he have a difficult fixture, but he's got no upcoming doubles. As you can see, I've got 5.1 mil in the bank. Salah plays Leeds this game week. He's going to be the player that's probably coming in for me this game week. And of course that would be for Maddison. He ranks at the top of my captaincy matrix for game week 33 and game week 34. He doubles in game week 34, and all my free transfers up until that point will be on double game week players. My final 2 players in midfield are March and McAllister from Brighton. They're playing Chelsea away. That's not the easiest of fixtures, but I'm not left with much choice. I've got to keep Rashford just in case he's fit enough for game week 34, and it would be Maddison who gets sacrificed for Salah anyway. The reason I say that is because United's got a couple of upcoming doubles, and Brighton's got a few as well. Up front, I've got Isak against Villa away. Hopefully he starts in this match. He didn't in the last one, but he came on and scored a goal, so he's proven himself. He's not got the highest of expected minutes, but he's pretty explosive when he does play. The manager's come out himself and said that he could play him with Wilson up front, but we'll see about that one. His opponent is Watkins against, of course, Newcastle at home. They're not the easiest of opponents, but he is in good form at the minute. He's definitely starting for me, especially if you look at the bench. My last player is of course Haaland against Leicester at home, and for me, I'm not recording the best captain video this game week. He dominates on the data, even above Kane against Bournemouth at home. So in summary, Haaland's definitely going to be my captain. My transfer's probably going to be Maddison to Salah. I'm 99% sure about that one. I will announce it on Twitter before the deadline.